you need tonight. A little something to whet your appetite, and it's gonna make you feel alright. Sweet Gravy and Carmen Kirk, check them out as they go to work. Congratulations on your new podcast. Now open up a can of whoop ass and blast, blast, blast. This is Angelo, and I hope you like this show. Wow.
Carmen, welcome back to another episode of.
Oh my god, you're fucking disgusting.
It's Gravy.
You're so fucking gross.
What?
I'm trying not to cuss as much, but you be putting me in that spot.
What did I do?
Why you just fart like that?
It wasn't. It was. It just kind of followed.
Follow from where? I didn't smell it when you first came in the room. Oh my god, it smells so fucking bad. Why would you even do that?
Well, I'm sorry. This is sometimes things get released out of the human body.
No, but you secretly did it and then sat next to me.
Huh?
You secretly did it and
I
sat
didn't-
next to me.
I didn't mean to do it in secret. It just happened. Sorry. I farted.
You're so gross.
Excuse me. A little big gas.
Well, back for another week.
Yeah.
Sweet Gravy Podcast.
Sweet. Oh, is that what it's not? It's no pungent cheeses.
Mm-mm.
No. Taste the goodness of the pungent cheese.
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
Okay. That's boring.
Well, how you like your coffee that
This
you
is-
just made?
This is the perfect. Whenever you, when you have your coffee cup and then your arm just straight out like a wing. That's like the perfect way to drink a coffee.
You think so?
That's good coffee.
I don't get it. I'm not into coffee like that. I don't mind it, but it's not my. I'm not gonna be like, man, I gotta have a cup of coffee in the morning.
We went to breakfast today,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to. The place was so bad.
It was
I don't
horrible.
even think we should acknowledge that we ever went there.
I don't think so either. It was
But-
horrible. It's like, how can you be that a band of idiots?
It was a place that we went to, and then they had like chairs on the table. Like whenever you walk in, they say sit anywhere you want.
But then half the table still had chairs on. They
Half the
hadn't
table-
even.
yeah.
They had opened for service and didn't take the chairs off the table.
Right.
And when I walked in, immediately everybody just turned and stared at us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we walked out.
And then we turned around
Yeah.
and left. Yeah. And that was go around 2. 1, sorry. And then now today was the second one. We said, okay, we committed. We're like, we're gonna
try it.
This is the mission.
The girls at work, one of the girls at work, or a couple girls at work said they have pretty good food. Now I shouldn't have listened because I don't think they know what good food is. But I said, okay, if they say it's decent, they're like, it's actually pretty good. So we go there. It was just a clusterfuck from the second we walked in. Like, as soon as we walk in the door, we hadn't even got menus, sat down, and the lady said, what you want to drink?
What do you want to drink?
Hold on, girl.
Because you're supposed to know what you want to do. You
It's
know,
not that, okay,
I've been to breakfast with you hundreds of times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you want an ice water. And that's probably all you want.
Yeah.
Right. So you could say, whenever the ladies say, what do you want to drink? Ice water would be great.
It's too much. It's too much. It's too much of an ambush.
Sit anywhere you want.
Yeah.
What do you want to drink?
Let us find the table first. Can we find a table first? Like, I'm focused on finding which table we're gonna sit at first.
Right.
First, and then you come bring us our menus.
Steps.
There's steps. There's
Table.
ways to do it.
We've taken the seating arrangements out of your hands.
Right.
Give us a second with the drinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't scream it at me as soon as I walk through the door before I even sit down.
It was kind of aggressive.
It's way too aggressive.
She was like, what do
Well,
you
what do you want
want
to drink? Well, damn, can I sit down? Can we sit down first?
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ. And then they come and they bring me this ice water, which I like the fact that they do them in such large cups because then I don't have to ask
Big
for
cups.
more.
Yeah.
But then they bring you your coffee, and it was cold.
No, the first cup. Okay. They got no cream,
No cream, just
only
milk.
only milk, no cream, no cream today, only milk. Like, okay, that's fine. Coffee. It was good coffee. The first go. Then she came with the little pitcher, and she starts pouring out everybody's coffees. And whenever she refilled they call it a warm up. Whenever they put like a little bit more coffee in there, and it was cold,
cold up.
ice cold, Carmen.
It's like, why are
Colder
you,
than ice.
why are you giving people cold coffee, girl?
It was cold. It wasn't warm. It was cold.
And then you got cold milk that you're putting in it too.
Right.
And so then the ladies behind us, they sent they cup back. Hey, this is cold. And the lady goes back there. She's like that coffee you poured is cold.
It's cold, yeah. And so then whenever I got the second refill, right? She went to the back and put the coffee in there.
She said, "Oh, I'm gonna go warm your coffee up," and then she take it to the back and give you warm coffee.
Yeah.
Like, girl, how like that? Coffee is the number one thing that you should have correct. It's very simple.
You would think you'd have that.
It's the
Because
easiest
It's like the
thing.
make or break, right?
Yeah, like you starting off bad, and then it was just a mess. Like at some point, the girl walked past. She was like, "Hey, there's 2 at 93." It was like they've been there for a while. Girl, you sent it in a restaurant so all the customers can hear how dysfunctional
Yeah,
you guys
they're
are.
talking. They were talking about a lot of things that the customers shouldn't hear.
Exactly, because y'all embarrassing yourselves. Especially, I'm sitting in there. I know that this is a shit show, and then you saying it out loud.
And then, how was the food?
It was all right.
It was okay.
Wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best.
Yeah, it was like a good tasty food. But this one woman that was a waitress there, the people tipped her like $3 and change.
Yep.
And what they did was they took like the $2 and then they put the change over the $2 and then they put the third dollar over the change. So when she goes to the table, she grabs the bills and all the coins fall to the floor. And they kept falling. It was like ding 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 ding.
And she's on the floor.
And she's like, why would they do this to me? She says, why would they do this to me? Oh my God.
Look where you are,
my God.
girl.
That was so funny. She's like, why would they do? And she was the one that was walking with the cold cup. So they were like spiteful. We gonna give them some change. She gonna drop the change because we got cold coffee. You give us cold coffee, you're gonna get some floor change.
Yeah, it's videos online about all these little things that customers do that's out of control. That could have been one of them. It's funny, but it's like, I mean, for her, it's probably a little bit degrading because you have to pick up your tip off the floor.
Yeah.
Like that.
Coins.
Coins.
Pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up, but like she need that shit. So
Right.
she got to pick it up off the floor. And it's like, well, maybe next time you give them hot coffee. You should check the pot because that older lady, she didn't set y'all all up for failure.
Right.
Because we didn't see her when we first walked in. And then she got there. The coffee already supposed to be made.
Right.
Now she handing out cold coffee.
Yeah.
Because they probably made it as soon as they opened and then it got cold. Or somebody didn't turn a warmer or something on.
Yeah. Something happened.
Something happened.
Something happened, and we got cold coffee.
Yeah. Or it was the
Or
coffee
she grabbed
from
like
day
the wrong
before.
pot or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But you go into a place and you like see the things there. You like there's a guy in the back, and there were not a lot of people there, but there was a lot of clinking and clanging going on in that kitchen,
It was
and not a lot of food coming out.
Right.
Like, what are they doing back there?
I don't know. You see it in kitchens all the time. Like when you have an inefficient cook, you see it all the time. They just shaking pans and nothing's getting done. It's like I used to work with my friend King, and like King would smoke a little bit of weed or something, then come in, and he on one of the busiest. He's on a side station. When you at a steakhouse, everybody getting sides or a couple sides with with their dinner. So now you cooking pretty much for almost everybody in the restaurant, even though it's just side dishes. Right. And like, my boss would be like, "Hey, you got such and such coming up. You ready to go on this?" He's like, "Yep, I got it." And then he look over there. He's like, "You don't have everything cooking on the stove. What do you mean you got it? He's like, no, it's coming. I got it. He's like, there's nothing cooking. What do you mean you have it? He's just moving pans at that point.
Right.
He's not even getting anything. He probably think he is. Like, he working hard, ain't getting nothing done.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like was going on in the kitchen. It's like everything came out so slow. It's like, y'all got 10 people in here. Oh my God. Can you imagine if I cooked food that slow and we doing hundreds of people?
Yeah. You only cook that slow when you cook for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you try to make it real nice or something.
Yeah.
Who, me? Are you
Yeah.
talking about me?
Yeah, you.
Because I'm at home enjoying the process. I'm not rushing.
But you go into the place and you see that it has like all these things in it, but then like you see the little things like this and that, and then you're like, oh no.
Well, when we first walked in the door and you seen multiple business cards sitting at the door from different companies who they allowed to let their business cards sit there. That could be typical of like old school diners. That's not. But then it
Pretty
was
standard.
It was a little tiny square bucket and it said lost and found in it. And it had just a couple paper items in the lost and found bucket just sitting by the door. When I saw that lost and found bucket, I said, this shit is not going to be good.
What? You knew it when we walked in?
When I saw that lost and found bucket by the door.
What's wrong with the lost and found?
That is so old school to have a lost and found bucket sitting by the door. It's just weird.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
On the same note, we went to an arcade. And much like the diner, you walk in and you see all these like things, really cool things.
All the lights and colors.
Yeah. And you're like, wow. So we walk into the arcade and I go and I put $20 into the coin machine. $20. Get $20 worth of coins. Or tokens, they call them. We played Smash TV. It was a classic twin stick shooter game. I was having a blast, Carmen. Twin stick shooters are like probably my favorite type of game. Especially like now, I find that like playing like a first person shooter, like a Call of Duty or something.
Yeah.
I can't really like see like the things that I think I'm supposed to. Like, but a twin stick shooter, top down, isometric, you can see it all. It's all just presented in a way where you can see it.
Yeah.
And you know what to do. And you move one way, you shoot another way. It's great. And we played a couple goes, but then you had enough of Smash TV. I would have spent all $20 just playing Smash TV, Carmen.
Yeah.
But you didn't like it.
Kirk is old.
What's wrong with that?
It's so old. You want to play all these old games. Nobody want to play the old games.
But they do. That's why the arcade's there, Carmen. And then we play Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Classic.
I don't know what. Okay, you got 2 buttons and a joystick.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing.
3 buttons.
3 buttons and a joystick.
Yeah,
can't.
you go up, down, over, light attack, heart attack, kick, punch, all those things.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
It's great. It's a classic game, Carmen.
It's old, Kirk.
And then we play The Simpsons Beat 'em Up.
Oh my
Simpsons
God.
arcade
More
game?
old games.
Amazing.
The graphics on these old games is so horrible compared to what they are now.
They sell like a console, like you can get like a console of The Simpsons. I think I might have wouldn't that be cool? And then we could play that game all the time.
Yeah, I don't remember playing. I thought that the Simpsons game that I remember was Bart was skateboarding and like stuff. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
game.
he skates in that game.
Does he?
Yeah, when he walks around.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody walks, he skates.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not feeling none of those old games.
Oh, it was great. And then we played Area 51.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got that was fun, right? The gun game?
That's fine.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you kept shooting the good people though.
I'm just shooting everybody who pop up.
No, you don't shoot the good people, then you lose a life.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I'm gonna shoot all of them.
And we played some foosball.
Yeah.
We to finish one game, we had to re-up the foosball a lot of times. You think they do that on purpose?
Probably.
Yeah.
But foosball is fine. I mean,
You won, right?
no,
No,
I lost.
you didn't win.
And
the
you were
foosball?
excited that I lost.
I thought you won.
No, you like to be the winner. But then with this arcade, nothing else worked.
Yeah.
Out of all the games, almost more than half, like 70% of the games did not work.
Yeah, like they had the X-Men arcade game. I really wanted to play that one. Walk up to it, don't work.
They had the car game, and both of those were out.
Yeah, racing game.
Yep. And
Cruising
then,
USA.
then they had another car game, and only one of the seats worked. Everything was out, and then at the end, Kirk ends up with all these fucking tokens.
A ton of tokens because, A, to their credit, the games weren't as expensive as I thought they were going to be. B,
those games are typically not more than a couple tokens, though.
I could see you paying $1.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But that was an issue. That wasn't, most of the games didn't work. And then at the end, we asked the guy, like, are you guys, like,
Can I give you back these tokens?
and you give me the money for it? And he's like, no. It's like, why y'all open? How y'all open y'all false advertising? Because people come in and buy tokens first.
It's my fault because I
bought too many.
I bought too many, right?
Yeah.
So I take blame for it.
But nobody goes into an arcade and checks all the games before they buy a token.
Gonna be like, oh yeah, this game.
Let me
works,
see
this
if
game
half
works.
the games work. Now we will.
Yeah.
From now on, when we go to an
from this
arcade.
point on, yeah. Yeah, but it was a fun time. But then like that just last little bit, it was kind of sour. You know,
Yeah.
that you're like okay, and then you kind of had your fill. You're not an arcade lady. Like we're not going to Dave and Buster's.
No.
Like
I don't mind going to arcade. Not that arcade. I want to go to an arcade who got other games and not all the old stuff. I don't want to play old ancient ass games. So
But that's
if it's
what's cool.
If it's an arcade like that, then I don't want to go there. I would have go to an arcade like one of the arcades that I went here with the girls I hung out with. Cause they had every single game. They had all type of stuff you could do. You could do the basketball. They basketball thing, half of it was broken.
yeah.
It's like,
And then the skee ball, two
All
of them
broken.
worked. One of them was out of order. By the time we went back to it, all three of them were out of order. Yeah,
it's like, so yeah, the arcade I went to when I hung out with the girls, it was a huge arcade and it had every single type of game that you could think of. And so that's different because you have a variety of stuff you can choose from.
right.
I don't like to go to no arcade, like a barcade situation where they got all the games from back in the day. I don't want to watch black and white movies. I don't want to play old games. It's in the past. That went away with the chunky TVs. We got flat screens now. I mean, you should be doing things differently. Not playing that old stuff.
I don't know.
I
a
mean,
lot of people
like it, right?
Okay, so Turtles in Time was there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
Classic arcade game.
Yep.
That was there. I don't think it worked, but
It didn't even work.
But at the same, last year they just came out with a new one, a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game,
Okay, so play
like all
that
of those
one.
old games. So it's the same. So there is still a market for those old games.
Yeah, people like you keeping them alive.
Yeah, because they're fun.
Yeah.
A side-scrolling beat 'em up. That's great.
I hear you. I was this video online, and this guy bought this old laundromat or something like that. It was a laundromat in his neighborhood that went down over the years. They bought the space, and they were gonna just renovate it, get it back up and running, maybe turning it into something else. And then they go into the back room of the laundry area, and it's all these old school video games, like some of the ones you're naming is like all these old video games. And the guy's like, what is this? So apparently it was a laundromat, but they had a like arcade area,
Right.
in it, which I've seen that before.
Yeah.
But it had to be
Typically, like I know, being younger, they would have at least like one
right.
hanging around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was a bigger laundromat. It had probably about I counted at least 13, 14 of them in there. a little tiny arcade.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy goes around to all the arcade games and he just opens up the money part and just takes all the monies out of it. He's like, damn, I already got my money back from this investment.
Yeah.
All these arcade games, they still have all the monies in them.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to have somebody get these up and running.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, because I already own it now at this point. So
Yeah.
it's all mine.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun. That would be a fun little venture. Get these arcade games going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That would be a good time. You know, the funny thing is, so when we were in Portland, there was a laundromat like right down the street from where we lived.
Mm-hmm.
And then it closed down.
Yeah.
Like right as we got this big ass blanket that didn't fit in the machine that we owned.
Yeah.
And then we had to go to get a industrial cleaner, you know, for it. And then we're like, oh no, they just shut down. But then what opened there?
What, where the laundromat was?
Yeah.
I don't think anything.
The weed store.
Is that where it was?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So
They just redid the front of it so it looked
Right.
different. Yeah.
So a weed store opened up in the laundromat. But imagine if they found the arcade games in the back. And then you could have people go to your store, buy their marijuanas, and then play video games. Wouldn't that be a fun thing?
I guess. I don't think people want to be in there that long, though. It's not the most comfortable situation.
Well, you'd have to make it inviting.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want that, though? Do you want people hanging out playing games at the weed store?
I mean,
I don't know if you want that, Kirk.
I don't know. I wouldn't want that. But people would.
People will still weed.
Not if it's still sold like it is, Carmen.
I'm just
It's
saying.
behind the counter.
I know, but I just feel like that's too much to put arcade games in a weed place. Like, typically it's more like when you walk into the door, you gotta show your ID, you gotta
Right.
come, all that stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know, that'd be too much.
But you
going
could have
on.
like a little back area.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I get where you're going with the concept. I just think there's a bunch of different factors that come with that.
Like what?
Anything.
Okay, anything. Great.
You're getting more of a seedy crowd when you're selling weed. Not all the time, but a lot. You're
There-
getting a group of people. You're
there-
getting a mix of people.
No, I don't think so. Commercial? I don't know.
You don't smoke weed,
I'm aware of that.
so shut up.
I'm
You
aware of
don't
that.
actually.
But I've seen the people that go in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen some people that go in there too. You have a mix between some skater kids or like some little surfer kids and smoking weed, like the hippie kids. You have a lot of old people that go in there, and
Yeah.
I'm always like, that man look 80, he buying all those weeds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like you shouldn't be smoking like that, and you that age.
What?
But I don't know. I just feel like at 80, should you be smoking like that?
As far as cataracts.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
If it helps them. I started smoking at a young age, and I regret it now. There's nothing I can do about it. So that kind of sucks. I regret smoking when I was. Well, I didn't start I didn't get addicted to smoking until after boot camp. After boot camp, in the military, you don't get breaks unless you go smoke. So I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna be a smoker now. And I already smoked before, but I wasn't addicted to it.
Right.
Like boot camp was difficult for people because they had to stop smoking for that entire time in boot camp. So like when you get that day where you get to go out on the town, you get to leave out a boot camp for a day and go out on the town, they just all go to the bar and smoke they just went to the bar and smoked 2 packs of cigarettes because
Right.
they had been going so long
Yeah.
without it. And it was like, oh my God. Like I wasn't into smoking like that, so it wasn't a big deal to me.
Yeah. And smoking and drinking, there's very little things that complement each other that well. you know?
Smoking and drinking.
Yeah. When you
Yeah.
smoke and drink and just sitting down and chatting with people, it's
Yeah.
conducive to smoking and drinking.
Yeah.
They just go hand in hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was when you could still smoke in the bars.
Right.
When they still had smoking, that was before everything changed around. It was still like the end of that era where you could still smoke a cigarette in the bar. And like, who don't want that? Who wants to go to? I don't want to go to a bar and have to go outside and smoke. That's the worst. I want to go to a bar and be able to smoke in there.
Right.
So that sucks. But the veteran bars typically let you. A lot of times they have their own like situation going on. But I don't know. It's I wish I didn't start so early. I've been smoking for too long now, and I don't see myself being able to quit. I don't have the willpower to do it. It would have to be something that happened for me to do it. Something really important happened for me to do it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, okay, you're not gonna be able to talk no more. Like, fuck, I should probably stop smoking. It gotta be
But people
something.
don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if that is the thing.
I know.
People don't.
My mom's friend used to smoke with the hole in her neck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Yeah.
damn, girl. Like, everybody just be like, look at her. Like, what the hell is going on right now?
Yeah, that's a crazy addiction.
Yeah, it is. So I'm hooked now, Kirk. I'm stuck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do. I can't stop. I want to, but I don't.
If you wanted to, you would.
Okay, yeah, maybe I don't want to.
Right.
I just wish I'd never started.
Mm-hmm.
So in other news, I finally got my license.
Yeah, you're a driver lady now.
Oh my God, yeah,
You passed your maneuverability test
yeah,
in that big giant car that you were afraid to drive in the first place.
yeah.
You said, I can't do it in that big giant car. I can't do it in the car. Because you took the test in a little Corolla
Yeah.
and then you failed.
I failed because they keep saying use the backup camera, and I don't know what's going on. I didn't know how to use the backup camera. And I was cutting my wheel too much anyways. Trying to maneuver between these cones that's the length of a car is difficult. So we practiced a couple times. I had to go through all this stuff. Almost a 6-hour course, driving course that I had to do. Pay for it. I had to pay $60 for it. Go online, spend all these hours within multiple days doing this course. Then I had to get a notarized letter saying that me and you practiced it. And then I had to retake the test. Then I finally retake the test. And then I passed the test the first time.
Right.
The test took about 3 minutes. And the guy was like, okay, you passed. Go get your license. I'm like, oh my God, this is a lesson to everybody, anybody younger who might listen to this, or you got kids or whatever. Like, pay your tickets because it's not worth it. Like,
Right.
I've been through so much trying to get my license back together since my license got suspended. And then everybody always asks me, like, why did your license get suspended? Like, what you do? It's like, nothing. I just didn't pay simple tickets. I don't even have any bad tickets either. That's the worst part about
It's like
it.
parking and
No, like one ticket I got, the first one I got, I had just got my truck. And literally,
it was
what?
not a truck.
It was a Jimmy.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. I had just got the Jimmy and just got the insurance, everything, registration, everything. I left it on the counter. So I don't know why I did that, but I left it on the counter. It wasn't in the car. And Kirk, this had to be like the second day or third day I had the truck. I'm sorry, I'm calling it a truck. And so I'm driving down the street and the cops pulled me over. And I'm looking at him like, what you pulled me? I don't even know what you pulled me over for. He's like, you didn't come to a complete stop at the stop sign. I'm like, which stop sign? I haven't hit a stop sign in a while. He was like, oh, about a mile back. What? How am I supposed to even argue that? I have no clue what stop sign he was even talking about. So I'm just like, what is he even talking about? He's like, yeah, it's about a mile back. You didn't come to a complete stop at a stop sign. Well, where'd you come from? And so
A mile and a half back.
apparently,
Yeah.
and then he's like, well, where's your insurance registration? I'm like, I just got the car. I have it. It's just at the house. Like, oh my God. So I got a ticket for not coming to a complete stop.
Right.
Insurance registration tickets as well. And he said, if you go to court and show that you had this insurance the day I pulled you over, I'll throw those tickets out. And I didn't go.
You didn't go.
Nope. So I had all that stuff on there. And then I got a ticket another time. I think they gave me this ticket because I was in a Jimmy and they thought it was going to be a drug dealer in there. And it was me and Latrice, two young girls in the car. They thought they was about to get a big catch or something. And then they pulled us over and it was us. The guy looked disappointed when he walked up to the car like, God, this ain't like, what am I doing right now? So I turned left. I put on my signal, but it's a Jimmy, you know, it's an old car. I put on the turn signal. It popped up while I was turning. And he pulled me over and said, you didn't have your left turn signal on. And then after that, it was like he gave me a ticket for that. And it was like, like the other cops pulled up to him and was like, dude, we have other stuff to worry about. Like, why are you giving these girls a ticket over a turn? Like, whatever. Like, let's go. So he just wrote me a ticket real quick and then just pulled off.
Right.
And I was like, okay, now I got another ticket that I didn't pay. And then the last set of tickets came from my tires were bald. I didn't want to drive in the snow because I'm not good at driving in the snow. My tires were not good anyways. Latrice was like, we can do it, girl. Let's just do it. It's like, all right. And then I go to turn up into the gas station. I slipped on a patch of ice. My tires are already bald. And I kind of just like jumped up into the gas station. The cop pulled me over right then. He gave me a ticket for reckless driving. And I didn't have my insurance on me then either. It was still at the house. And I got, oh my God, this is all stupid. Reckless driving? I slipped on the ice. I wasn't being
So
reckless.
did you learn any lessons?
Pay my tickets.
Pay your tickets.
That's it.
Keep your insurance
Yeah.
and your registration
In the car.
In the car.
Oh my God.
What else?
And I think that time I got a ticket because my license was already suspended at that point and I had drove on it. So then I got that. So then I ended up with like 12 tickets. Because every time they stopped me,
you're not making things better for you. You're sounding worse.
every
so
time
you
they
know.
pulled me over, Craig, they gave me 3 and 1
Right.
ticket.
And you deserve them.
Okay.
All of them. The hardships you had to regain your license were deserved.
Okay, but not coming to a complete stop at a stop sign a
Okay.
mile
But
back. That's
you had
crazy.
a suspended license and you drove?
The last time?
Right.
Because in Detroit, nobody care about that.
Apparently, they
What-
do.
Yeah, they just give you another ticket. They don't
Right.
take you to jail or nothing.
Okay.
It's like, here's another ticket.
Yeah.
So then you get another ticket. So I'm like, man, I had so many tickets and fees that the DMV dropped off half. I had to pay $1,300 for all these BS tickets and fees.
No, they are legitimate.
Okay. I feel okay.
Okay.
They were legitimate.
Yeah.
I had to pay $1,300 to get everything taken care of.
Uh-huh.
And that was after they had dropped off half the fees.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have been paying like almost $3,000 if they didn't drop it off. But over time, it's been some years, and they just kind of dropped off all the little petty fees, I guess. And I kind of got lucky with that. So everything's done now. I got my license back. My license already came in the mail. And the only thing I'm irritated by is my license don't look like yours.
Right. Because I have what they call a real ID.
Okay, why does my license not look like yours?
You didn't fill out the right forms.
Why didn't they say
didn't.
nothing?
I don't know.
They're not saying anything. They're not explaining that at all. I'm thinking I'm getting just a regular driver's license.
You did.
But then
You did get a regular
You say it's
driver.
not for federal. It says for
You
federal.
yes. It doesn't have like the certain markings they need for the.
That's BS. So now what I'm supposed to do? Go apply to get a regular license now? Like, that's crazy.
Well, you got a regular one.
I know, but it don't look like yours. Yours
No.
got a star on it. Mine
Right.
don't.
Yeah,
Why do yours got a star and mine don't?
it's better.
That's so shady.
It's better.
Then when I went to the DMV to pay for it, the guy was like, it's like $60. I'm like, why is it this much? He's like, oh, because you're getting it for 8 years. I said, then give it to me for 4 years. I don't need no license here for 8 years. No, I can go back and re-get it in 4 years. I don't need to spend double the money to get an 8-year license. Like, you never know where we'll be in 8 years.
No, we're gonna be right here.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe we will. Maybe
this is
we
it.
won't.
This is the last stop.
No, I don't think so.
Yep. This
I don't.
Is it.
I don't think that we can stay here.
We're all
forever.
done. No more moves. This is it.
Do you honestly think we can stay here forever?
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough, man.
Yeah.
I think we just
Once
gonna-
you get your bearings, it'll be great.
Yeah, I just feel like we need
When-
to hit.
when-
we need to hit the lottery and move
when-
back to the water.
When you got to Maine, you hated it. You're like, I can't deal with this fairyland stuff.
Yeah.
I can't deal with these people like this. When it was time to go, you said, no, I can't go. Let me stay maybe just a couple more months.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a while to settle in. I agree. Once
You'll
you
get there.
start meeting people and all that stuff.
And you
then-
got a little bit more freedom now
Yeah.
because you do have your license. So I think you'll see a different side of the area.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
That's craziness. It's craziness, Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I gotta get over the seafood part and not having
That's what vacation's for.
dumplings and
Yeah.
like all those things and
Yeah.
like having
It'll
places
be an
like
even more special treat whenever you get the seafood next
having
time.
place like Ari's Diner.
No, we weren't gonna name the place.
I'm sorry, they need to be named.
Shut them down. Shut down, Ari.
Shut down Ari's. That's so funny. All right, this the end of it.
Yeah.
You done? You
yeah.
all done? All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Sweet Gravy Podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions, please go to sweetgravypod@gmail.com. You can also check us out on YouTube and every other streaming platform.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.